We will travel to Korea.
안녕.
Today, we are so honored to have Dr. Sanghyun Jang for our keynote speaker. Dr. Jang is currently an executive director of the KERIS, Korea Education Research Service, and also a director of general of ACU, Asean Cyber University, Republic of Korea. Today, he will share his vision toward the social change after pandemic, a digital transformation and challenges of higher education for the age of artificial intelligence. How interesting! So, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm welcome to our third keynote speaker, Dr. Sanghyun Jang.
เสร็จแบบไหนเสร็จแบบ1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10
จะนอนลงไปแล้วนะ
ไปเพิร์ดมึงไม่ต้องดู
Is it okay to start?
Yes sir yes
Okay, I will share my slide. Okay? Is it okay?
yes please it is very okay good to see you sir
Thank you very much. Good introduction for me to Jintabi. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sanghyun Jang, Director of KERIS. KERIS is under the Ministry of Education. Our organization is focused on using ICT in education. First of all, I'm honored to be with all of you today to speak about Korea innovative case of higher education after COVID-19. Personally, I have been about 5 years ago in international e-learning conference in Bangkok. I wish to go again. My presentation title is After Pandemic, Digital Transformation and Challenge of Higher Education for the Age of Artificial Intelligence. I hope you understand fully the present and future of education through this opportunity. This is my presentation content.
Jang, excuse me, sir. We cannot see your screen right now. Could you share your screen again, please? Could you make it full screen for us, please?
How about this?
Okay, it is okay now. So back to you. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Okay, to start, let me show you a picture of Korea education-related government institute. There are 5 main organizations, 3 of which are focused on education research, which 2 are focused on implementing national agenda, including KERIS. KERIS is specialized agency focused on implementing the national agenda of achieving educational innovation using ICT. For this, KERIS work is focused on developing and operating various services on education. For example, administrative information system and financial information system, and education service for K-12, which is called EduNet, and support service for university and academic researcher, which is called RISS and Korea Open Courseware. In relation to that, let me give you a picture of Korea education system. The education districts in Korea are divided into 17 regions where there is 1 metropolitan office of education in each region. In each metropolitan region, there are local office of education which work more intimately with the local community, including the school. As you can see in the slide, the main work of KERIS is somewhat at the center between the Ministry of Education and the Metropolitan Office of Education. KERIS works as a coordinator for both the national and local level, supporting the national policy on ICT in education, well operated in the regional level. In Korea, we have approximately 370 colleges and university. KERIS is going to support digitizing for colleges library and distance learning, and support cyber university, and support operation and financial operating system for 38 national university. From now, I'd like to briefly explain new normal in education area after COVID-19 pandemic. New normal is new standard that emerge with the changing times after economic crisis like 1929, Great Depression in the world. In 2020, we are facing new normal untact after COVID-19 pandemic. Now online is normal like this. Face-to-face is abnormal. Recently, so-called AC is after Corona. BC is before Corona. What do you think new normal after Corona in education? I'd like to suggest two themes, untact and AI. Futurist Jason Sanker said in his book, The World After COVID-19, education system will be changed as follows. First, he expects to eliminate intermediate cost for traditional education system, and it will be educated democratic through access to online platform. Third, education system should provide opportunity to improve learning experience for people. It is commonly mentioned that we are now entering the fourth stage of the revolution. A rapid social change will occur in the second information revolution, in which technology such as big data and Internet of Things and cloud computing would be connected with AI. So far, the Industrial Revolution has made a contribution to overcoming the limit of human. For example, it was subtitled for human labor, helped with long-distance transportation across the sea and mountain, and has now made information transmission through the internet possible. The fourth industrial revolution, however, has started to put its emphasis on reflecting human nature. As the Go match between AlphaGo, AI robot, show us the robot can think and make decisions like human. That means robot can replace not only physical work, but also the cognitive work of human. With certainly, AI and robot is important method in education. As you see, digital transformation architecture from Gartner Group report is basically a cultural change that require, and we should prepare technology foundation and digital strategy and information and technology operating model. It is necessary to establish a new paradigm by applying digital transformation to the educational field. In the traditional curriculum, it is hard to improve this new capability. However, as you can see in the picture, there has been no major change in our university classes in over 900 years. And even in MIT classes since 60 years ago, unfortunately, in order to innovate the traditional classroom and teaching and learning methods, we have struggled, tried to find another new way until now. But COVID-19 has changed teaching and learning method in one shot. And next, I'd like to share about Korea cases for big change of higher education area and for challenge after pandemic. At the beginning of pandemic in Korea, over 27% college and university did not even have learning management system. And until before COVID-19, online education limited to less than 20% of curriculum. But after all curriculum was completely allowed online education. And honestly, the competency of professor and facility environment of distance learning were insufficient. And they rely on external content, not only Korea Open Courseware and Korea MOOC, but also YouTube. But now almost professor and college have equipped for distance education. Second, Korea accept online master and undergraduate courses for general university. Before COVID-19, MOE have approved just online degree for only 21 cyber university. And third, our respected businessman has established the Korean version of Minerva University without campus. It will be launched from next year, 2023. That is also traveling around 5 countries during 4 years bachelor courses and teaching and learning through online education platform like Minerva. And fourth, Ministry of Education has 10 regional hub center were established. The center support sharing content, studio, learning management system, etc. It helps university in the regional difficult environment. So it can reduce the difference and gap each university or region. But after pandemic, as a result, big change. We have some challenge happen. In case of Korea, we launched Korea Open Courseware service. We call the KOCW in 2007. And K-MOOC also established in 2015. And it will be expanded as an important education platform in higher and lifelong education field. Now, all college and university have developed and they can develop online lecture and online content. So each role needs to be re-established. A second challenge, before introduced by Jintabi, I am Director General of ASEAN Cyber University Project Secretariat. ACU project was proposed at the 2009 ASEAN and Republic of Korea commemorative. I explain four main goals of ACU project. First, the ACU project aimed to share Korea's previous experience on learning cyber university with ASEAN members. Second, this project can contribute to further development of higher education in the ASEAN countries. Third, the project can foster exchange of knowledge and human resource through e-learning. And last, to strengthen the partnership between ASEAN and Korea. As you see this slide, some countries not yet participate in ACU project, and we need agreement on credit exchange between member country and university. Since the nature of the ODA project has also ended 2 years ago, so it is necessary to redefine the role between each country. We also try to link other MOOC service like Thailand and Indonesia MOOCs soon. I will explain the third challenge in Korea. As you know, recently the most online platform interface are going converted to metaverse. Therefore, it is necessary to establish a strategy to overcome the utilization plans and the limitation of metaverse in higher education. First, as you can see, Gartner hyper cycle for emerging technology 2021, AI augmented software engineering is peak of influence expectation. It is necessary to implement individual customized service by quickly applying AI technology based on university platform. So we should prepare how to use AI in education, what kind of subject learn related AI. Finally, future teaching and learning method will recognize the learner's state through big data analysis and help efficient teaching and learning through the intervention of AI platform in the interaction between teachers and students. I'd like to conclude my presentation. As I like to emphasize again about fourth industrial revolution feature, ultra connected and ultra intelligence and ultra sensing. Data is like 21st oil. So if someone who gets information fast and easy, exactly, they will be strong and will be rich and will be healthy. There is winner takes all. We should worry about it. I think inequity will accelerate. So using ICT in education is ladder that can be used to overcome. We have many barriers in education, economic limit and geographic barrier, boundary barrier, and time limit. Finally, in order to sustainable and inclusive community and society in the world, we should use ICT in education in a very proper way. Lastly, congratulate this successful conference IEC 2022. Thank you for inviting me again, Dr. Jintabi and Dr. Boras Huang. Thank you for all attendance to my presentation. That's it.
Wow, thank you so much, Professor Jang. I always amazed by how you be able to come up with innovative solutions all the times. Last year and the year before, you mentioned about how to utilize educational network like ASEAN Cyber University to foster education development. But this year, you take us even higher. You talk about digital transformation and the challenges of higher education trend, but you also integrate AI. Well, this is something really amazing, and I am sure that many people love your talk. And we have some questions, please. So let me choose one. There is one question to you, sir. How will AI affect the new normal of higher education in your view? How will AI impact new normal of higher education in your viewpoint? So please.
Okay, thank you. Good question. After a pandemic, all college and university have a online education platform, and then we can accumulate big data of education. Then student we can support to student by personalized decreasing of rate of birth in the world. So we consider all students. So we support adaptive service for students. So college and university already have online platform. Then they should apply AI technology and analysis student behavior data and analysis the professor achieve and interaction data. Then college and university operating very effectively management and sustainably. So I already mentioned the digital transformation elementary. So university should make a digital transformation strategy and use advanced technology like AI. Thank you.
Wow, thank you for your answers. Now we understand that the importance of digital transformation is even more important for universities and also educational institutions everywhere. I believe that the right strategy would steer universities into the right direction, including us. So your talk is really big inspiration. Thank you so much, sir. 감사합니다. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen,